What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 107 of Bourbon and Boxing. And this week, guys, we're going to be mixing it up. But of course, it's your two hosts with the most, the Cowboy, and
Big Spade, give me 1 second. I'll be right
he's
back.
going to be right back. But while he's gone, we're going to let you know what today's episode is. Today's episode, we're trying to get fans to interact a little bit more with the show. So I thought, why not make this episode in a week of boxing that really doesn't have any big matches coming up? And this whole month is kind of a hit or miss for boxing. As we've seen this year has been kind of a hit or miss for boxing. But today's episode is going to be a buy or sell, nothing but buy or sell questions. And we want our fans to interact a little bit more. And that's my goal in this episode, is to try to get more interaction on the videos, on the podcast, on Spotify and stuff like that. Get you guys more interacting and answering some of the questions. So today is a buy or sell episode 107 of Bourbon and Boxing, man. And it's nothing but the hottest topics in boxing right now. And there's some really good buy or sell questions. So make sure we interact, man. Comment below, guys. Definitely want to see more interaction.
Comment below.
Absolutely.
Comment below.
You see that? He's serious. He's serious. Comment. But look, man, we already know the Oscar Duarte fight the week before. That was a good fight. Kenny Sims, him, really good fight. It really reminded me of the. I just want to get through it real quick. I'm not going to really talk about it much, but Oscar Duarte reminds me. Maybe I'm crazy, of a slower-footed Zapata, and Kenny Sims, pretty good fighter, but that fight reminded me a lot of the Tevin Farmer versus Zapata fight. Of course, he pulled it out, got the win, everything like that. We're going to move on from Del Santos and that conversation, and we're going to go straight into our buy, our sells questions, guys, for this episode. And our very first one on the board. With Turkey and DAZN getting rid of pay-per-view and Boxer now going to the public channel, BBC, buy or sell, pay-per-view is over. Big spade.
Nah, you saying you asking me, do I think pay-per-view is over with?
Yes.
Uh it depends on, but I can't say it's over just because you got different promotion companies and different promotion companies is with different networks. So like uh I guess Turkey he messed with the zone, but Al Heyman messed with pay per view and so I can't I don't know I can't call it bro I can't.
I
It,
can
should
respect
it
that.
be over if you got an app? Yes. Should pay per view get an app? Yes. Would they probably do better with an app? Yes. But man, damn, that's a good question, bro. I really can't call that, man. That's
I
one I
would
can't.
say I would say that it's very close to the end. I don't think we've seen the end of it, and it's probably going to take maybe a year, 2 years to really process it out. Uh,
Yeah,
and that's going to be because you're going to see Top Rank jump from ESPN, and where they go, nobody knows. Uh,
yeah,
Prime right now is just really not Prime, and the Amazon PBC contract with Amazon. We're seeing fewer and fewer fights this year than what we actually saw the first year. And
yeah,
to me, that's not a good sign for them. So I don't know if they're going to continue with that platform with Amazon, or if that's going to, if that continues, I think that would be the only platform that might keep pay per view alive. ESPN really never did pay per view. Maybe I think for the Fury Wilder fight, they had pay per view. They've had a couple, but they really kind of keep away from pay per view themselves. But like I said, Top Rank's jumping away from ESPN, and that contract's over with, if I'm correct at this point. So for me, man, I think it's going to take a couple years to gradually get rid of it. But I think with Turkey kind of and the zone really taking over the sports, it really depends. A Top Rank, I don't know where else Top Rank would really land. Maybe sign a contract with Netflix, honestly, since Netflix seems like they want to take on, uh, the sport of boxing a little bit. Top Rank landing over there would probably be prime for them. And I think PBC might have messed up not taking that offer from Netflix originally and going with Amazon. And I think PBC might regret that. Uh, And I could see Top Rank maybe taking advantage of that, jumping over there. But we know Netflix isn't going to be a pay-per-view. You're just going to have a subscription, just like the Zone and everything like that. And now I've heard the Zone is getting rid of all their pay-per-views 100%. And then Boxer just left their contract, and then they signed a local TV deal with BBC, which puts all their fights on a Saturday night and in Britain for free on British Broadcasting, which is, that's a huge step to getting rid of pay-per-view. So I think it's going to take a year, two, just because Amazon Prime, I think that's going to be the last of pay-per-view. It's going to be Amazon Prime. And then when people are sick and tired of paying for it over there, then they're just going to wing it out. And the money's not going to be there enough for you to want to make fights pay-per-view because nobody's going to want to pay for them. And in a time where people can pirate it, anymore as easy as they can, there's no reason to really pay, $60, $70, $80 for a fight.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know, man. I'm with you. I think it will be phased out at a point, but I think it's going to take a little bit longer than what people might think to phase it out because, like you said, different networks, different broadcasting, Top Rank, PBC, where they're landing, who they land with is going to really determine a lot of that. Like I said, if they land on Netflix, Top Rank landing on Netflix sounds like, to me, why wouldn't you do that if you're Top Rank? Why not take on that Netflix deal? I mean, I think because Netflix doing live fights, I think that would be good for Top Rank. But we'll see. We will see.
We will see. We will see. That's a good question because it really had really been slow for that. Al Heyman and now you ain't really been getting as many fights from them as you would. And then hold on, ain't Benavidez? Ain't he with Al Heyman? Or did he?
He is with PBC, ain't he? Yeah, I think he
Yeah,
is with
but
PBC. Yeah.
yeah. So, but he fighting on. He fighting on. Oh no,
So that,
he fighting in November.
yeah, that's going to be that part of that card in November. That
Yeah,
we're going to see.
yeah,
Unreal card. Let me bring that up on here. That card is unbelievable. I don't want to get into that. I got that on the thing, but that card, yeah, it's November 22nd. That's a big card, but I thought he was with PBC also. Maybe I'm wrong because I know he's not with the Zone, Eddie Hearns, nobody like that. I know that. So, but
yeah.
before getting too far ahead of ourselves, there's another big topic going on right now. Through the week, there was a lot of stuff swirling around about David Beterbiev and Bivol 3. It's not going to happen. And then Beterbiev has moved on to another fight, and everybody's like, well, what's going on? Why did Bivol step away? Well, according to what I've heard, Demetrius Bivol has opted out for back. He got a back surgery. And backed out of the third fight with Beterbiev and opted out for the surgery. By ourselves, he should be stripped of his titles because we don't know when he might be back. I know he did put in for a emergency health leave, I think it was.
Yeah.
But your thoughts on should we hold up an entire division for one guy, or should he be stripped by ourselves? He should be stripped of his titles.
Shit. Uh, Strict. Did you talking about Baval?
Yeah.
I mean, how long he gonna be out?
They're talking till maybe summer of 2026, possibly. I mean, with
Whoa,
a back,
yeah, strip him
yeah,
immediately.
and with a
Strip
back
him
surgery, you don't
immediately.
know how long. It could be longer,
Oh
depending on
yeah, he
the
gets stripped. He gets
of it.
stripped.
Yeah, yeah, because you're holding an entire division up if we let him hold on to the belts. And I get you could probably make a thing where he's an automatic mandatory when he comes back to have an opportunity to get his belts back. But I think I agree with you 100%. You got to take the belts away from him at the time being. Uh, the sooner the better, because then we could get a unified fight, possibly down the road if DB wins his fight and Beterbiev wins his fight. Then
Yeah.
looking at a possibly unification fight down the road between those two guys, which would be a really good fight and a lot of money in the fight. So that's an easy one for both of us. We both agree that you should definitely buy stripping him of his titles. So yeah, that's an easy one in my opinion. Better
Yeah,
be has
he
said,
should definitely be stripped.
yeah, yeah.
He should definitely be stripped.
Better Beef has said he would like to fight Benavidez next. Buy or sell, we get this fight this year or early in 2026, or will this fight be dragged out?
We probably get it early 26. We shouldn't get it this year in November. He fight in November,
Yeah, I forgot
so
the
we ain't
fight.
gonna get it this year.
So it won't be this year. Yeah, of course. So you're buying that we will get this fight between these two guys, and sooner than later.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and I think that'd be a really good fight. I like both of their styles. I mean, of course, I'm going to favor Benavidez with his come forward style and as aggressive as he is. So I'm definitely going to favor him in that fight for sure. But yeah, I'm definitely buying that we can get that fight early 2026, especially if they strip Bivol of his titles. That's going to open that up for that
Yeah,
fight to
it
work.
should be able. Yeah, open it
Yeah,
up. Yeah,
and
we
then
shouldn't be holding no damn belts, man.
yeah,
If you're
yeah.
gonna be out for a year or longer than a year, most definitely
Hmm.
don't hold no belts now. That's
Yep.
crazy. That'd be crazy. Wait, it's
Yeah.
two. Well, it's about to be 26. Hold on, you said 26. 26
Right.
ain't that far away.
Well, they're saying possibly the summer, but when it comes to back surgery, you can't guarantee that. Back surgery is huge, depending
Yeah,
on
my
what
girl
he's
just had
getting
back
done.
surgery.
Yeah,
My
so
girl just
it's
told
a
me.
pretty tough, like come back, be able to get back on your feet. It's a big part of your body, so he could possibly be out longer. I don't know if they actually put a timetable on it or not. But
Yeah.
regardless, I think if you're going to be out for any extended time, I mean, we say that, but then we do have once a year fighters too. Uh, but I've always said that I don't like once a year fighters. That I think you should have a mandatory of 2 to 3 fights a year if you hold a title, defending your title at least 2 or 3 times a year, in my opinion. So I don't know. I think it's all depending on what the IBF and I think it was WBA might say about him holding on to those belts. But I think I still agree that you strip him and then you just make him the mandatory when he does come back. He doesn't lose that
Right.
number spot. He'll continue to be the number one contender, number one mandatory for anybody that holds the belts. But I think you would definitely be holding up a possibly really good fight between Beterbiev and DB. And it's more interesting if you put those titles in there and then you got something on the line besides the WBC that Beterbiev or that Benavidez holds. Ooh, yeah. Let's move on to the next buy or sell question, guys. Boots Ennis opts out to fight Virgil Ortiz and decides to take a tune-up fight. He hasn't named the guy yet. Buy or sell, he should take a tune-up fight for his first fight at 154 Spade.
Man, I'm hearing so many different rumors on that, bro. You sure what you hearing is right? Cause I'm
Well,
hearing he was supposed to fight Rashidi Ellis. They offer him
I
a
heard
hunt
Charlie
a
Charles.
half a million, and
Mhm.
then I heard Conwell. Then
Yeah,
I heard he was supposed to. Then I seen something where he is supposed to be fighting uh Victor
Virgil.
Ortiz.
Virgil disputed that
Virgil.
today, saying Virgil disputed that today on Boxing Scene, said that he has nothing that says that there's no contract saying that they're going to fight in 2026. He kind of called Boots' team out on that one, saying that no, we haven't even talked about. There's nothing signed saying that we're going to fight 2026. He wanted that fight ahead. He wanted that fight immediately. Now he's supposed to be going on to fight Keith Thurman, Virgil Ortiz. So that's what I'm
Oh
hearing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. He's going to fight Keith Thurman. And on the undercard, I'm also hearing Jake Paul will be fighting Anthony Joshua, but Anthony Joshua said he's weighing his options between Jake Paul and another guy. I just hope he fights Jake Paul because I want to see him knock that motherfucker out. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I want to see him knock Jake Paul slick out because now Jake Paul, okay, you want to fight smaller guys. Okay, you want to come in at 200, 210, 215. All right, well now you're gonna fight a heavyweight. Somebody in the division, and Jake Paul does not have enough power to knock out any heavyweight, in my opinion. So I think that'd be murderous for him. But hey, kudos if he takes on that. If he takes it, because you got to give him credit for actually going after a guy like Joshua. I mean,
Yeah.
that's ballsy because that could really expose him. But like I said, with Boots taking a tune-up fight, are you buying or selling that he should take a tune-up fight at 154? Terrence Crawford didn't take a tune-up fight. He went straight at Madrimov for an interim title immediately at 154. And Boots has been in long enough to where I don't really see him needing a tune-up fight at 154. And think that if he was going to move up to 154, why not make it against a guy like Virgil Ortiz? What's your thoughts on that? Buyer selling that he needs a tune-up fight?
So, I'm selling that shit, bro. Think he need no tune-up fight. He done had enough. He just had two tune-up fights back to back.
That's what I was thinking. At 147, he had a bunch of
If he
tune-up
if
fights.
he do have a tune-up fight, let him fight Keith Thurman for a tune-up fight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when he
You
was
know
going
what
to
I'm
do
saying?
something like that. But I mean, I think Charles Conwell would be. I mean, I think he boxes circles around Conwell's going to be too slow for him. I think, but
That too. That too. That too.
I,
That'd be cool.
yeah, but I think that would be a good fight. But as far as at this point in his career, saying that I need a tune-up fight to move up to 154, I don't buy that at all. I'm going to sell it and say that you should, if you're a big dog, go for a big dog. You know what I mean? Ask for Xander Zayas, who just won a title.
Mm-hmm.
See what Virgil Ortiz or Andorra. There's some big boys at 154, some tough guys at 154. Uh, so maybe he's trying to fill it out. Maybe he doesn't feel comfortable at 154 at the same time. So I don't know his body the way he knows his body. Uh, he's fine.
Yeah, true. But it's they say he a big dude. He ain't gonna stay at 147 forever. We know that too.
Yeah, but he seemed comfortable at 147, and he didn't really seem to want to move up to 147. Even his dad said it when he first signed with Eddie Hearns that we're not looking to move up to 147. We're comfortable or we're not looking to move up to 154. We're comfortable at one. They wanted to unify the 147 division, which I get now because all the fucking shenanigans going on at 147 that nobody really wants to unify the division. So he doesn't want to wait around for that. So that can
Yeah.
easily change your mind on moving up. Uh,
Right. Right.
but maybe he's also looking at that division going, this is a tough, but way tougher than the 147 welterweight division. I think the 154 is possibly the best division in boxing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, 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 yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That ain't no argument there, brother. That's definitely the best division in boxing right now as we speak. It's 154. Out of all of the 135 and 154 is the best. No, and I could give it to 140, but the best to me, if these guys is active though, because a lot of them guys is not active. That's at 154 right now. Even though we
yeah,
got the names in there, these guys is not being as active, and that's
yeah,
what's going on. The division is cool. That's even just like us getting to know new fighters. Like it seems like fighters ain't active as they once was. Like Abdullah Mason, yeah, he been real active. Like yeah, we could say him, but these other fighters, like they ain't been active. Like they really
no,
haven't. You know
no,
what I'm
and
saying?
I mean I have an issue with the activity thing as well because there's too many fights at 154 that can be being made. Uh, I mean, and the division that good, it's almost like when 135 was at its peak, it was completely wasted because nobody fought the top.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it was complete the waste of one of the best divisions we've seen in a while with Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis. I mean, a loaded 135. I mean, probably one of the most loaded divisions I've seen in a long time. And it was completely wasted because none of those guys fought each other. And it was just like, what the fuck happened there? And then, Teo moved up, Haney moved up, Shakur at some point, I think, is going to move up. Out of that division because there's not, in my opinion, right now 135 is cooling down because of the Keyshawn Davis thing. Uh, Obviously, probably not going to be at the 140. He's probably going to move up to 140 when he decides to come back. And I think the 135 was one of the hottest divisions. I think it's still got tons of talent, but like we said,
yeah.
it's just none of these guys are fighting each other, man. They're fighting everybody but each other.
Right.
And when you think that a big time, oh man, we can get a Shakur versus Tank fight. Now we don't know what the fuck Tank's going to do. When
Right.
Tank's going to come back, if Tank even wants to come back, Loma
Right.
retired, and you're like, well, what the fuck's going on with the division? I think it's time for the younger people in that division, even not even even a guy like Gary Anthony Russell. You know, him deciding, hey, let me take this fucking division. Then if nobody wants to take it, put them in line, and I'll fight whoever. But yeah, even if not the younger guys, Abdullah, Cruz, Mortala, those younger fighters, I think it's time for them to step up and take that division. Like, fuck it.
I think Gary Antoine himself though, he don't want to just fight anybody. He trying to unify them belts. He trying to go and dispute it. And he said he's not moving up until he do.
Yeah, I like that because it's possible if they put it together. Like we said, Top Rank being in limbo and having majority, like what do they got? At least two of those belts over there at Top Rank. So now with them being in limbo, now it's like, who are you making a fight with? What company, what platform is it going to be on if you make a deal with Top Rank? So until they get the wheels underneath them, it's hard. I know Abdullah has a fight. He's on that card in November 22nd. And I guess maybe Top Rank finishes out the year, but of course that's going to be on the zone. So maybe they're just going to say, fuck it, we'll just fight on other people's platform until we figure it out. But yeah, I think that's going to hold up a few of the belts just over in Top Rank alone. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Man. I think I would absolutely, like we said, I'm selling boots, taking any kind of tune-up fight. Just go for the top guys. If you're a top guy, you think you are, then just go fight the top guys. And that's how it should be. Selling that.
Yeah, once you're a champion anyway. I mean,
Yeah,
I can
exactly.
see
Yeah.
you defending your belt one time, and after you done defend your belt that one time, and that should go for every champion. All right, to get the second person in the second ranked motherfucker a chance, and then after that, unify. Like they got to get some kind of construct, like some type of unity in that shit, man.
Yeah.
It'd be
Yeah.
it'd be too much all over the place.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. I agree. Moving on, Manny Pacquiao rewarded with WPC's #1 ranking after Barrios draw. Buy or sell, he's a #1 contender at 147 for the WBC title. Now, remind you, this fight shouldn't even have been a draw.
Yeah.
I mean, this is boxing. I mean, what do you think? Obviously, I'm selling it. I'm selling it 100%.
You
That
know
he
I'm
should
selling
not.
it.
He should not. And I get 147s in limbo with new guys coming up, but Rolly should definitely be. He was elevated to the WBC champion. Actually, Rolly was because
Oh
Boots moved
yeah,
up.
I seen that. I seen that when I was looking
Yeah,
up the rankings. I'm like, oh, he a champion now, huh?
yep. 2 division champion, Rolly. He's up there, and of course, Haney's moving up to fight Brian Norman in that fight. So you do have that in limbo, but I guess you put Rolly versus Pacquiao, and I would just indicate to Rolly to not respect this fucking guy and treat him like every other dude you face, and you know, knock his ass out.
Yeah.
Knock But maybe Pacquiao gets back in there a little bit, gets his legs more underneath him, and he'll be 48 by the time he fights again. So he's going to obviously get faster, as you can hear my sarcasm.
Yeah.
He's not going to
Yeah.
get faster.
Yeah.
But yeah,
He gonna
I
get
don't.
real fast.
Yeah, I'm going to sell that, and it makes me wonder I get his name, but at the same time, why wouldn't Barrios be considered the #1 contender? Get the #1 ranking for the WBC when he already has a title, why he wouldn't be considered to try to unify the division. That's the shit that the WBC does and boxing does, period. A guy that's 47 years old, retired for I don't know how many years, comes back, and now he's got. I told you
Yeah.
that we're going to try to give him. Well, they already gave him a shot at the title. Now they're trying to
Yeah.
give him another shot at another title. Like,
Right.
I don't know, man.
It
I,
don't make
I
that shit don't make no. It don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense.
I think they're
Right.
just trying to bank off of his fan base and all that other shit. And they know that he can bring a crowd. People are going to watch it because it's Manny Pacquiao, and that's pretty much what it is for them. It's a
I'm trying
money.
to tell you, that's going if Devin Haney win, that's who we gonna call out, man. If Pacquiao end up fighting Rolly and get that belt, that's who Devin Haney gonna call out, man. Trust
Man,
me.
with what I've seen from Pacquiao, like I said, Barrios absolutely showed him nothing but respect and had ample opportunities to take him out with body shots, and he just didn't do it. The
Right.
next guy, Rolly's not going to be that guy. I just don't see it. I see Rolly as saying, hey, this is an opportunity for me to beat a fucking legend, and I'm going to beat the brakes off of this guy.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't see Rolly being that respectful to him, and I don't think once you step in the ring, lose that respect for the guy you're fighting. That's how you lose a fight, or you get a draw against fucking Pacquiao
But
because you made
Rolly,
a sparring.
he need not to be respectful. You feel me? He need to get a little buzz. He already got the buzz now. He
Yeah.
ain't get it off of Tank, but he got it off of beating Ryan. So
Yep.
now this is where you can really most definitely get that payday you wanted, all that shit. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So yeah,
Exactly. Maybe.
I feel like, oh man, it's just if these matches go how we want them to go, though, big bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we want the people to win who we want to win, we can have them fights that we needed. That's what's really threw boxing back too, because you had to think now Devin Haney had to go search for somebody to fight. He ain't gonna fight Ryan Garcia. He probably never gonna fight Ryan Garcia again. Now that's
No.
even a better excuse for him. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So that might not never happen again. That might not. And then they can be like, shit, you blew it. You was I mean, you ain't win your fight and you cheated. Come on, man. We
Yeah.
ain't giving you
Yeah.
no chances no more. Like,
Yeah. There's no reason. You know, you don't have to justify a loss where somebody cheated, in my opinion. I don't
yeah,
care if they got knocked down by the left hook or not. When you saw the speed difference and him versus Rolly versus him versus Devin, it's an obvious that the motherfucker was on steroids or on an enhancing drug. He ain't never been that motherfucker fast. He's been fast. He ain't never been that fast, dude. That
that
motherfucker was.
motherfucker fast, bro. I don't know. That motherfucker fast. When he
I
was at a
didn't.
light, if I'm gonna say as well, what they ain't fight at 135. So I could say at a lighter weight, that motherfucker was fast, bro.
Yeah.
Before he was all on that Ryan, that fame got to his head, that motherfucker was fast, big bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He had a nice little hook that you had to watch at that left. You had to watch for, but that's all he really ever had.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, we know all he got. We know
How he
that.
wasn't exposed before this and all that. I mean, Tank exposed him. Tank absolutely exposed him and said what everybody thought. He's only got a left. He can't use his right. To me, that's a huge handicap. I don't really know how he got the hype he got with actual boxing analysts and people who watch the sport not seeing the biggest flaw in the world and a guy who was a one punch wonder. Like, oh, if he lands that left, if he lands that left, and that's a big if. You can't depend on one punch the whole fucking fight. That's the
Yeah,
same thing with Wilder. You know what I mean? He
yeah,
depends on that big right the whole fight. If he can't land it, well, he can't win. And
right.
that's a one sided fighter. So I never really understood the hype around Garcia. Uh,
Yeah,
the first time I started watching him, I'm like, the dude can't throw a fucking right. You
yeah.
know, so I don't know. But I'm gonna sell Pacquiao being an. I mean, I guess I don't know who else are you gonna put as the number one contender that's gonna bring attention and bring. So maybe I'll go back. I'm gonna buy it just because the sport at 147 that's gonna be a bigger Rolly versus Pacquiao is gonna be bigger than who else you're gonna possibly match him up with. Maybe Barrios. I don't know why Barrios isn't considered for the next match for Rolly, but with the performance he put on in the last fight and his fight before that, I don't want to see Barrios right now. I don't want to see Barrios right now.
They
So
should
I'm
have
gonna.
let Roly get him though. They try to wait to 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 pump Broly up so Pacquiao. So they basically saying they think Pacquiao can beat Roly.
Oh, yeah,
So
you know, yeah, yeah. You already know it's a disrespect thing towards Rolly, not a respect thing. But I hope Rolly goes in there and doesn't respect and just knocks Pacquiao the fuck out. But I think I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna buy that as him as the number one BC number one, just because I see where they're coming from. What other bigger match are you gonna make Rolly versus Pacquiao? You know,
That's what. That's why the waiting game is to be waited for. He ain't
yeah,
got a Brody ain't got to fight right now. I mean, he could wait the next
he
year.
doesn't. He doesn't. He can absolutely wait till next year. You're right. He absolutely. But like you said, he has an opportunity to cash in. To cash in.
I mean, yeah, if he but
Right
Pac think
now,
Pacquiao gonna be when they gonna fight December? Because if that's the case, he might as well wait till next year to
I
see
don't
who's
know.
gonna be the
With Pacquiao's old ass, I could see it not being until next year.
and that's
Because
what I'm saying. So he might Rolly might as well wait to try to fight the winner out of Devin and Brian Norman. To be
what's the bigger,
honest.
Rolly versus Packy or Rolly versus Norman or Haney?
You said Norman versus Packy or the one I just said?
Rolly versus Pacquiao, or if Rolly waits out the winner of Haney or Norman, which is the bigger fight for you?
Wait it out. I don't want to see no
Yeah.
motherfucking. I don't want to see no motherfucking Pacquiao.
All right, I respect that absolutely. I'm gonna say
What
take
would
the
you
Pacquiao
do?
fight. I'd say take the Pacquiao fight for the payday
I mean,
because, in my
money
opinion,
wise, if we saying money wise, if we talking money or are we talking boxing?
I say let's talk for Rolly, who I like. I like Rolly, but I'm not big on Rolly. So if
Yeah,
I was
I don't think
Rolly,
nobody big
I'd be
on Rolly.
taking I would be taking every payday I could get, and the biggest payday would be the fight that I would take. And Pacquiao is the biggest payday for him.
If we talking money, yeah. If we talking payday, yeah. But who knows how much he'll get for the next fight, for this fight? Because
Well, you got to
because
remember,
Pacquiao ain't just like he didn't just wow the crowd like you know what I'm saying?
no, he didn't, but it doesn't matter. Think about this: whose name is known more, Brian Norman or Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, I see what you're saying there.
Yeah, yeah. Whose name is more, Haney or Pacquiao? For the casuals, more for the casuals as we're speaking when I say those questions, because as boxing fans, we know Brian Norman, we know Devin Haney, and we would want to see Rolly versus either one of those guys more than Pac.
Devin Haney got a good name though. I think his name
I
is the
think he
top
does
now.
kind of when I think about it because of
But
the
money wise, as far as
yeah,
money wise, I could yeah. If we talking money, yeah, then Pacquiao, of course.
absolutely, yeah,
But I don't
and
want
that's
him to go in
where
there and lose though, just because it's Pacquiao, or they feel like Pacquiao won just because it's Rolly. I don't want to see that shit. I don't want to see that because guess what? Pacquiao gonna get the belt. Is he gonna fight again? And when he gonna fight again? If we gonna get a unit, it's just too much holding up for a belt, bro. To see shit going on, and I ain't trying to keep waiting for a
yeah.
motherfucker that's 50 years old to see to
I'm
keep
gonna be
waiting
real with you. I
months
just
and
don't.
years for him to fight a young boy, somebody young. I'm not trying to keep
Yeah,
saying this shit.
I don't see
I ain't
Pacquiao
never
beating
thought.
Rolly. I don't see Pacquiao beating Rolly, and I don't see Rolly showing the same respect that Barrio showed to Pacquiao. I don't see that, and I think you'll see that immediately from Rolly in interviews and everything. He'll come out disrespecting Pacquiao. He'll come out
Yeah.
being like, "Fuck this old dude, I'm gonna whoop his
Oh yeah,
ass."
you know he coming out disrespectful.
Yeah, yeah, you already know he's not going in to respect this dude, and that's
Yeah.
why I think I like that fight, because this is going to be like one of those you should have just stayed retired fights, in my opinion. Uh, and it could elevate Rolly, could be a good thing for Rolly. And I
Yeah.
wasn't a Rolly fan before that Ryan Garcia fight, I really wasn't. But he's kind of grown on me, like a tumor.
Yeah. Yeah.
All
We'll
right,
see.
all right. Now we talked about this. And now here we are. We're finally to it. The Night of Champions card that we just got. That we didn't just get, but it just got pretty much announced. Let me go to our Bourbon and Boxing site. I'm going to show you guys a picture of this uh, card here coming up. The Night of the Champions, November 22nd, features 5 world title fights, plus the return of Arthur Beterbiev versus Nicholas. Look at this card, guys. I don't know how much you can see it.
No, I can't see it. Back it up, or turn your brightness down a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Turn my brightness down.
There you go.
There
Push
we
it
go.
up. Push it up a little bit more. There you go. Right there. Yep.
Look at that card from top to fucking bottom. Every single one of these guys are a main card. Are a main card. So that right there is going to bring me to our next question.
Who's
And
Matias fighting?
Matias is going to be fighting. Put it back up there. Oh yeah, Dalton Smith. That's going to be a good one. Matias versus Dalton Smith. That's going to be a hell of a one. Then you're going to get, Nicholas Benavidez.
We got Bam.
Got Bam on there. You got Norman Haney on there. I mean, amazing card. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a bad motherfucker.
And you got to be excited about it, right?
That's
But
a
it brings
bad
me to
motherfucker.
my next question, my guy. It brings me to my next question. It's a burning question because this year, I think boxing went backwards. It's few and beyond and a lot of top heavy cards, correct? So we're seeing a lot of these good fights bunched up where we're getting Bam as a co-main event on fights, shit like that, right? Who is a main event guy in my opinion. He's a main event card guy. So my question is, these top heavy cards seem to be knocking the prospects and little guys out of the spotlight. Buy or sell, top heavy cards are good or bad for boxing. I see you shaking your head. Tell me what you think, my guy, because I got a completely different opinion on it. I can already see we
Bam
will
a great
disagree.
fighter. Don't get me wrong. Tremendous. Bad motherfucker. He ain't selling out no arenas though.
I'm gonna walk away.
He's not selling out no arenas, bro.
I'm gonna come back, but I'm gonna walk the fuck away from that.
Hey, he's not, brother. I'm gonna tell you why he's not selling out arenas. And I'm just saying facts. I'm not saying he's not capable of. He got a Mexican fighter. Of course that. But that's all that's gonna be at your fights. Because guess what? Not a lot of Caucasian, not a lot of blacks, different races know Bam. The casualties don't know Bam.
Yeah.
We know Bam. Some of them motherfuckers might be their first time seeing Bam Rodriguez. You don't even hear his name mentioned a lot on these platforms as being a bad motherfucker.
When I'm mentioning, people are like, "Who's that?" And I'm like, "You don't know who fucking
That's
Bam
what I'm
is?"
saying. So him being on a big car like that is great for him because if you tuning in, you would know who he is because you wait for these other fights. And the card is so good, it's like you don't want to miss a fight. So that's his time to be like, okay, boom. And then the weight class, like, those smaller weight class really don't hold no big. I mean, they hold main event fights, but that be shit that don't nobody watch. Like that just put together,
Only
together cards.
true boxing fans will watch it.
Right. Right. Even some 130 pounders don't even hold their own main event unless it's free on ESPN top rank.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. It's like 135, 140, 147. Yeah, I'm saying, and it depends on 140 right now, who name it is, because that's just so up and down, people leaving, people doing this. I don't think too many of them fighters can really hold a big venue with a main event on TV where people gonna watch it.
Okay.
And I'm just being honest.
Now, I like that perspective. It's a completely different perspective than what I have about top, because from my perspective, I get exactly what you're saying. Is guys that we might see as a main event, they're not going to sell like we might think they would. But the problem that I have is that when boxing is few and beyond, hit or miss in a year like we've had in 2025, and a lot of those have been because we have top heavy cards with Tank on the main event and David Benavidez at the co-main event. stuff like that. And I think these top heavy cards, where, how does that help prospects, up and comers, guys who are trying to make a name for themselves? How does that help them when they're
I,
not getting on these cards now? They're not getting that attention they would have
who?
got otherwise. I mean, like if you look at it like Carmel Moten, Carmel, he could have
He's
been
still
on,
a he's still a prelim.
but he could have been on one of these. I think he's at the point in his career where he could be jumping up to being on an undercard easily. You know what I mean?
He
Because
can, but look at his record.
and,
Look
and
how active he been.
yeah, but he could be. But are these type of heavy cards taken away from these guys
No,
being as active?
no,
And
them the
should
fight, them the cars they need to be on.
now here's
Yeah,
another question I got for you now. Jack Kelly, our guy on Bourbon and Boxing, and Eddie Spicer, our guy on Bourbon and Boxing, kind of made the point that they should adopt the prelims that the UFC has. The UFC has prelims that are on hours, a couple hours before the main card event, the undercard, and all that. So if they're going to have these type of top heavy cards, why not have prelims like the UFC? That's how you kind of balance it
they
out.
do though.
The prospects, they do, and they don't. Some I've seen PBC do a lot of prelims, but I don't see the Zone do a lot of prelims. I don't see Top Rank really do a lot of prelims.
Nah,
Uh,
Top Rank do prelims now.
but
That's how Mason came up. That's how Keyshawn came up. That's how Shakur came up. That's how a lot of them guys came up off of prelims.
so you
That's how I
think
got hit to them.
okay? So your opinion. I like your opinion. It was a different perspective than what I had thought personally. In my
What I
opinion,
was
I
about to
think
say.
top heavy cards. I think for me, I don't think it's as good for the sport just because when you have a slow month in boxing and you could have taken every one of these could be a main event, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
could
Of
have put
course, of
a
course,
nice
of
little
course, of
undercard
course.
with each one of them, and you could have started from the last week of October and
I
gone
know
all
what
the
you
way
said.
to November,
I know what you're
giving
saying.
everybody,
We
week
could have
after week
spread
after
it
week
out.
after
We could have
week.
spread it out.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what hurts the most is that when you don't have a lot of activity in boxing right now, and then we're bunching everything into one card. Now
But
we're
that's
all
your boy though. That's your boy Turkey.
I didn't mind.
That ain't what everybody else doing.
I'm
That's
like
what
this with
Turkey
Turkey.
doing.
I'm like this with Turkey because I see what he wants to do, but I also see how he's not really. He's looking at all the big guys in boxing, and he's not
Yeah,
looking at the prospects.
yeah, yeah.
The future of boxing. The prospects are the future of boxing, and you cannot ignore prospects and just be like, "Oh,
Some of them prospects
you're
got to
not
take the
really
dual
looking."
and Mason route, man. Got to get
They,
active.
and
Got
I
to
don't
get active,
agree with
man.
that. And I don't disagree with that because you've got to stay active no matter if you're fighting 6, 7 times a year.
Especially if you fighting cab drivers. That boy was
Exactly.
fighting 4 times a year.
Yeah, yeah,
Like he
yeah.
was an amateur. He what? Come on, man.
Shit, he fought
He probably
seven.
gonna slow down a little bit now.
Yeah, he
Cause
fought
after
seven
he
in
get the
2024. 7 fucking times that Dula did in 2024.
yeah,
And
that's what I'm
he
saying.
already
Come on,
fought
man.
what? This would be his fourth fight this year. Are we looking at his fourth fight this year? I think third or fourth fight he's already fought this year.
Yeah, this third. This might be
I
this
mean, dude
third right
started
here.
at the beginning of the year fighting January.
Yeah,
Then he was fighting
yeah.
again in March. Then he was fighting again in May. Now he's fighting again in November. I think actually he fought sometime in like July or June or something like that.
No, he fought in June. He fought in June.
Yeah. So he fought in June, and then now he's going to fight again in November. I agree with them having to. I guess I get what you're saying. If you're a prospect, this is more step your fucking game up and start fighting
I
more.
ain't saying step your game up. I'm saying be active. That's all I'm. Just get
Well,
active.
to
Like
me, that's
some of them
stepping up your
prospects
game
don't fight
is just
until
being more active.
they'll beat a motherfucker like Keyshawn brother. Even though they had that circumstance, they ain't got nothing to do with him really. Why you ain't
Yeah,
fighting again? Where you at?
yeah,
You stopped your man easy. Where you at?
yeah.
Where are
Why
you
are you
at?
not on the next card? Why are you not on any card in August,
Where you
September?
at? Where
Are you
you
at
at?
October? I don't see you. November, I don't see you. That's
Come
4 months
man.
from the time that you fought. I agree 100%. You got to be more active. But I also, like I said, I see both sides of it. So
And then
this,
it's like, okay, prelims good, yeah, because we boxing fans, we want to see the next hot thing.
yeah.
But a motherfucker like Turkey with money, he don't give a fuck about the G League.
But that's
NBA
the
owners
bad
don't care about the G League. They worried
thing,
about what's
too.
gonna make them money.
The NBA does care about the G League, or they would have never made the G League, right?
No,
Because
no.
they never had it before. There was no minor league system for the NBA.
That's just
Until
another
the G League
that's
came
just
along.
another way of income for them to make money and to do
Okay.
that. But at the end of the day, you don't see no NBA owners at no G League games.
No, not really. Because there's not, your top prospects aren't going to the G
You
League.
ain't about to see Turkey at no prelim fights.
I agree. But if he was smart, maybe he would. Because that's where you're going to find the next fucking guy.
But he
That's
going
where
off of
you're gonna
hearsay.
get good.
He ain't going off of, oh, let me go watch these guys. He going off of, I gotta make this next event big.
Okay. Okay.
I'm pretty sure he ain't never been in none of Abdullah fights.
No. He'll get to see Abdullah for the first time in
But
November.
I'm saying he ain't never been in Abdullah fights.
He hasn't.
But guess why Abdullah on that card? Hearsay,
Yeah. Yeah.
word of mouth, talking.
Yeah. Stay.
Oh yeah, he done probably watched him. Not saying he haven't watched him like on TV or old fight or his style or that, but or tape or whatever. But I'm saying far as him at them fights, like he is at the how he about to be at this fight, he ain't
Yeah.
got time to be waiting for no prelims or none of that. He just ain't doing that.
I
That
see
ain't
your side of it, and you kind of. I was on the I was on the buy side. I was 100% on the buy side coming in. When I made that question, I already knew what my answer was. I'm buying that this was bad for the sport of boxing because top heavy eliminates prospects and
yeah,
that guy that we might not know of, right?
right.
That we might be like, damn, Espinoza. We didn't
Yeah.
know Espinoza, but he got that opportunity on an undercard. Now we know Espinoza at 126. We know that dude, right?
Yeah.
So
Right.
I was 100%
And
on
guess
the
how we
side
know him?
for
And
it.
guess how we know him? Because we waiting for him for the next big. Well, he was at the main event fight. He was a main event fight. So guess what? We got to see. And a lot of people ain't never seen um who Shakur fought.
The last person he just fight, Zapata.
Zapata. A lot of people ain't seen Zapata, but guess how they was seeing Zapata? Because everybody was waiting for that next fight for Berlanga. So it's like it's a win-win with the shit. But right now, I'm not worried about no. Right now, I'm not worried about no prelim fighters, no fighters that's about to make their first pro debate right now. Because guess what? Knowing these fighters, knowing that fighter, when the next time I'ma see him, even if I give him the opportunity, when the next time I gave Jared Anderson a opportunity on a big stage, he
Yeah,
lost. We seen him one time after that, and we ain't seen him no more.
no, and
Like, come on,
he just pulled out of the Miller fight too.
come
Oh,
on, like,
boy.
so me saying like, okay, and he wasn't yet, he was still a prospect for real. He
Yeah, yeah.
wasn't ready for that type pressure yet.
No, he wasn't.
So
He was fed to the wolves. I truly believe Top Rank fed him to the wolves because he didn't even fight on a Top Rank card against Charles Martin. He
yeah,
fought on a fucking DAZN card, and Top Rank made money off him fighting on that card. They got paid for him to fight on. I don't know how much of that he got, but yeah, they fed him to the wolves. I don't know if they were like, we need to, separate ties with him or how they felt, but they fed him to the fucking wolves in that fight. I'm not gonna
yeah.
lie. You said he was still. They have never moved a prospect that fast ever at Top Rank.
They ain't
Ever.
even moved to one dude yet like that fast. What's the
Yeah.
other heavyweight dude they got? The white guy?
Yeah. I know you're talking about Torres. I
Yeah,
actually,
they ain't even moved him that fast yet.
yeah, no, absolutely they didn't. and they're trying to talk about him fighting. You're talking about Torres, Richard Torres.
Yeah,
They've been babying the fuck out of him. But yeah, I agree. They fed him to the wolves. That's what I think personally. I was 100% buy on this question. Now I'm like, fuck, man. Now you make sense about. All right, you guys just got to get active. You know, be more active. Get in there and
get busy.
make people get in people's ear, like you're saying. Get in their fucking ear if you want to get out there. So what I thought was a situation of, man, this is going to be harder for prospects. This is going to make you kind of step it up a little bit. To say, I get more active. I've got to get in the ear of Turkey. How do I do that? By constantly fighting. You cannot take months off when you are a prospect. You cannot only fight twice a year if you are a prospect, my guy.
Right.
You got to get your ass out there fighting 4, 5, 6 times a year like it's a fucking amateurs if you really want to get your name out there and move up, because we saw Abdullah basically almost leapfrog Keyshawn Davis because of how active he has been. If you think about that, at the end of the day, he leapfrogged him because of how active he's been.
Yeah.
All right, man. I think I'm still going to. Man, that's a tough one. I see you're obviously you sell on that. You are 100% sell, and you made a great point on it. Man, I see your point 100%. But for me, the only reason I'm going to buy it is because boxing hasn't had enough activity this year. We've gone months without good fights. Months. And it's so, like, we went 2023 was forward, 2024 was forward, 2025 has been backward because we got a lot of these top heavy fights.
I don't think it's because of the promoters right now. I'm thinking it's because of the fighters, bro. The promoters too, but the fighters too. You got motherfuckers like Tank. We were supposed to have a rematch. Ain't get that this month. You got motherfuckers like Boots. He ain't fought yet. It ain't just it. You can't just say it's
You know what? God damn it! I'm gonna sell this shit because you have proven your fucking point across the board. Absolutely 100 fucking percent between the prospects being more active and then the top guys just, we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do. You made a pretty good point on selling this as it's coming into the hands of boxers. You want to be out there, you got to fucking put yourself out there. If you're really honest about the sport, you really want to be a champion, then you're going to get in that fucking ring and you're going to fight.
Look. Let's say this right here. Gary Russell just came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Put on a beautiful performance, right?
Absolutely.
Tank ain't nowhere to be found, right?
No.
Gary Russell called out Lamont Roach, right?
Yep.
Why the fuck you not fighting Gary Russell, but you talking about you rather fight his brother and this man calling you out?
He better think twice about fighting his fucking brother at 140. You're gonna get your ass whooped at that 135 or 140.
Bruh, listen, boxing is boxing. Y'all say y'all fighters. That's gonna make his brother not even gonna fight you. He's trying to get these belts. He making that proven. That's why I think it's taking him so long to fight, because he wants the champions.
Yeah.
And calling them out.
Well, exactly. Why are you gonna fight?
And then Roach, you only fought 135 one time. You gonna go up with 140, man. Stop it, bro. You let that little shit get to your head. Go ahead and fight Gary Russell. You acting like you scared. Go ahead and put that on. That's gonna be a big seller. Y'all both from DC. Y'all host and make the main event and do y'all thing. You feel me?
Yeah. 100%, man. And I agree with that. Roach and these Tank, these guys just not being active. I'm gonna go with you on selling it. I was buying it. I made a good point on Bourbon and Boxing. You just crushed the whole fucking point I made. And pretty much turned it into, hey, these guys, you're in charge of your own fucking career, and nothing's going to change it. Nothing is going to change that if you are trying to push yourself and get out there, and you're really, want to get out there and box. All right, moving on from that one. That was a hell of a one. I like that one a lot. That buy or sell was a great one. That was my top question, and we
Mm-hmm.
fucking crushed it. We crushed that. Uh, Keyshawn Davis announced he will take a year off from boxing at the prime of his career. Buy or sell? This is career suicide for Davis.
Man, we both going with sale. Like, but it ain't him. It ain't him. I mean, it was his mistake, but it ain't him. Because I'm pretty sure if he wanted to fight again, he'll be fighting as soon as possible. So it's not him. It's not. He's not the reason he's not fighting. I don't feel like. I don't feel like he's taking a year for himself. You know what I'm saying? But I really sell, man. I'm going with the sale, and I don't think it's him. I think it's the promotion company. I think they punishing him in that way.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
okay, now he got to but that's gonna hurt. He got to rebuild. I mean, a year don't be that long. It's because it seemed like when Ryan was suspended, he came back kind of quick.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
the longest he stay active, stay positive, stay in the gym, and just be working and putting himself by these champions, be cool. Like right now, I ain't gonna lie. Right now, I'd be messing with Terrence Crawford right now. Even if I ain't got no fights coming up, I'd just be at camp with him. Just
yeah,
at camp. Like, just at camp. Staying ain't any of my boys that's fighting, I'm in their camp.
yeah.
I'm in their camp. I'm in their camp. Flat out. Like, I don't know, man. Whoa, shit. You gotta just take a different approach, and I just feel like, is it gonna hurt him? Who knows, man? Who knows, man?
Now, for me, I love how he's taken accountability for his actions, for what he did, not coming in, admitting to his unprofessionalism. That's a big
Yeah.
step for anybody to admit your fucking wrongs. Uh, so I can't hold him to the fire, but I'm with you. I feel like it wasn't his decision to take an entire year off. I feel like almost like the Jordan situation where he retired, quotation marks, retired for a year and a half. He was actually suspended. I
Yeah.
think this could be a very similar situation for Keyshawn. He's not really stepping away for a year. Top Rank saying, "Hey, you went after another fighter, didn't make weight. We can't just let this slide. We've got to put some kind of action towards you, a punishment to where to where it kind of, we can't just let it slide." So
Right.
I'm with you on as far as like, man, Top Rank probably took the action. I don't think it's his decision.
Right.
Will it hurt him? Will it hurt him? He's 28 years old. That's the only thing that I'm looking at, his age. So for me, I'm not going to buy that as career suicide. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell that as career suicide. I think he'll
Yeah.
come back.
Yeah, I'm
He'll
selling
come back
that.
even better. He'll come back at 140 as a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion. If he does what you said, if he goes to Terrence Crawford's camps, to upcoming fighters, if he's in camp, he's dedicating himself to the sport of boxing. I don't see this as career suicide. I'm going to sell it just like you. I'm going to sell that.
Yeah. I don't feel like it's career suicidal, but is it gonna hurt him personally?
Yeah,
Yeah, probably.
yeah, because
Mentally,
I believe
no.
in you.
Mentally,
Yeah,
no. But you live, you learn, my boy. Just stay active. Stay in that gym. Don't get in no more trouble.
and I think
And
that's what I love about it. He seems to acknowledge that, hey, I fucked up. This ain't on anybody but me. I fucked up. And when in the beginning, when he came out talking about he was going to retire and all that, how shit in the media, they show you what they want to show you.
yeah,
They take
they
your
were trying to
comment.
make it seem like he was retiring. Like, I know what you
Exactly.
about to
And
say.
he was blaming other fucking people for him retiring. And I'm like, this motherfucker's playing victim right now. And you're
Yeah.
not a victim. You were a cause of your own shit. And then I saw another one where I saw the full interview. And I'm like,
Yeah, when he was talking.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. When he was talking to Ariel, I can't think of the guy, Ariel something. But that interview, he took full accountability for what he had done.
Yeah.
And that told me that, okay, he's acknowledging he fucked up. He's not playing victim. And
Right.
now he's just going to take the consequences of his actions. And hopefully we get a bigger, better Keyshawn when he comes back because I like Keyshawn Davis and I think he could be an absolute star of the sport of boxing. And at 140, I think he's a great addition, and I can't wait to see him come back in a year. I think he's going to be a force to be reckoned with, man.
Yes, sir.
All right, moving on to the next question. All right. With recent rumors of Tank not paying his trainer, and now the Lamont Roach fight will not happen. Buy or sell, Tank is done with boxing. My God. Is Tank Davis done with the sport of boxing? With all the rumors, all the everything that's going on in his life, all the charges was dismissed on him. Let's put that out there. They were dismissed. The girl decided not to press charges. All
She
that
did
other.
the same shit again. The
Yes,
same exact shit
exactly,
again.
exactly,
The
exactly.
same exact shit again.
Yeah, but he don't need that in boxing at the same time, man. That's too much of a distraction for him. Do you buy that he is done with the sport of boxing? Are you selling it? And we'll see Tank Davis again, or have we seen the last of Tank Davis?
I don't know, bro. I can't even. No lie. I can't even say buy or sell, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. Dude, I don't know, bro. He I don't know, bro. I just don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I can't say buy or sell, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. I can't even pick one.
I can
Honestly.
respect. I'm gonna go with sell because he came back up with Calvin. Calvin came out, said some things about hey, the whole pay thing, all that other bullshit. I think he's gonna be back. I just don't think he wanted that Lamont Roach rematch. I don't think he wanted that.
I think he
So,
did.
you think he did? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I don't think he felt Lamont Lamont Roach deserved it. Uh, I'm now that I think
I,
about it, I don't know, man. I don't know. With Tank, you don't fucking know because he's talked about being done with the sport at an early age. He didn't want to fight. I mean, into his late 30s, all that. Uh, man, I'm kind of with you, dude. It's kind of hard. I want to sell that he's not done with boxing because he's too big of a name to be done with boxing. And there's always somebody who's going to want to fight Tank Davis, right? So
I
I'm
mean,
going to
but how long
I'm
would
going
that
to
last? How long would that last? Because if you out for too long, motherfuckers ain't gonna want to fight you.
true. You're not going to be relevant. Absolutely, you're not going to be. But I think he could take a year out of the sport, which would
He ain't
be
never really ever took a big break
no,
either. Like
no,
to really like focus on himself and I mean he did that little jail time and that little stuff, but he never took time like a year off to really like focus on him. Like you know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen it. I can't recall. He always fought every year that I remember.
yeah,
So I can't recall like him. He fought in 22, he fought in 23, he fought in 24,
yeah.
he
He's
fought
fought
25.
at least 2 times a year. So
So he probably need a year where he just let everything die down. But if we do that, we ain't gonna get the fight we all been waiting for. And it seems like that ain't gonna happen no time soon.
no, and that's another way of holding up the 135 division. Now, here's a question: buy or sell? If he hasn't made a decision, does he get stripped of his title? Buy or sell? Strip Tank of his title and move on at 135.
I say strip him if we gonna wait. I mean, we gotta get this shit cracking. We can't be waiting on nobody, man.
Yeah,
Strip him. He had that motherfucker for so long anyway. To mix it up. Strip him. Fuck it.
yeah,
But
yeah. He doesn't know what he wants
if
to do.
it's a year, you ain't gotta strip him if he coming back within a year. You know what I'm saying?
If he
If
puts a
it,
timetable and says, "Hey, I'm going to be back at this time. I'm definitely coming back to the sport of boxing." He has it, but with his not letting everybody, I'm 100% on the buy him being stripped because you're holding. Like I'm not about holding up any division. If you're not active,
I don't feel like he gonna hold
holding
it
up
up.
the
His belt ain't doing too much holding up though. You got
He's
three
got
different.
what does
You
he
got
have?
three other. You
WBA or
got
WBC? He's
huh?
got what does he have? The WBA?
WBA.
Yeah, yeah, the
He
WBA because Shakur's
ain't,
got the WBC.
he ain't too much holding too much up. You got the IBS, the WBC, the WBO. He ain't holding nothing up. It still could get shit going on.
All right, I like that. And that was just one that I popped in there. It wasn't even on the list.
Yeah.
It wasn't even on the list. That's how we do on Bourbon and Boxing, baby. We just mix it in as we go. All
Mhm.
right, moving on from that. Shakur versus Teofimo Lopez. Buy or sell, this fight happens.
I buy it. Sell. I fucking sell it. Sell it. Sell it. Sell
All
it.
right.
That's
Now,
that's that, that's what I'm saying. Like, so what you gonna do, Shakur? You gonna move up to 140? Cause Teofimo ain't coming to 135.
no, because
So
he's been
so
flirting with
so here we go
147.
again. Boxers all over the place.
Yep. And Shakur said he'd take the fight at 140. He's already said he'd take that fight and he'll take it at 140. Maybe Shakur is seeing what we're seeing at 135. It's too stagnated. The fuck you gonna do at 135 if you got a WBA champ who's not fighting, or an IBF champ that retired, and now the IBF is up in limbo? Who is your next fucking big opponent? So why not say fuck 135, move up to 140, and you've got plenty of talent at 140 that you can kind of flirt with and make a better, in my opinion, be a bit bigger and better champion at 140 than you can 135, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But I think he could be a bigger, better champion at 140 than 135 because of the stagnation in the 135 and nobody fighting each other. He finally got a fight with Zepeda that should have happened years ago.
But yeah, bro. But yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I will buy that he could take a fight with Teo, and only because the 135 just isn't active enough. And if you want to move up in your career, if you're Shakur, you're able to. I think he can easily move to 140. And at 140, there's some really good competition, but he could really take over the 140 division. The only guy that I could say that might be a boogeyman for him is Gary Russell.
Yeah.
Gary Anthony Russell. That's the guy that I would okay, that might be a little scary for you. But outside of that, he could really kind of take over that 140 division easily, in my opinion. And they're more willing to fight at 140 than they are 135.
Yeah, I mean, I could I bad, but it's just like it's going that shit going. I mean, I guess if he gonna stay at 140, don't go back down to 135. Like that shit gonna be weak as hell. Like what two division champ though? Yeah, he got the WBC and
Yep.
the IBF.
Yep.
So I mean, if he don't want to unify, yeah, go up there at 140 now. But then
Absolutely.
we gonna have these talks again. Him and Keyshawn 140 because they both gonna be there.
That fight's eventually gonna you can be friends, but
It ain't
business,
gonna happen.
business,
Ain't
bro.
gonna happen.
If
Not
that's
happen.
a fight that the people want to see,
Not happening. Now they don't give a fuck. Now the
Hey,
money
you
play.
said it. You said it. I didn't say it. We didn't say it. And let me take that turd out of my pocket, bro. You said it. You said Keyshawn ain't loyal. Keyshawn ain't that friend that got your back.
Yeah, but that's
He's a
nah.
dude
I
to
ain't
go
say that.
around you and take a
I
fight from
said,
you.
I ain't say he wasn't loyal. I said he'll be the first one that I feel like that will fight Shakur before Shakur fight him. Basically, what I was saying, like he'll do it before Shakur. He'll probably try to talk Shakur into doing it, especially if the money right.
So you think he's
And
just
I said
more
that, and I said that
more
because
willing?
he was trying to take that fight from Shakur with Tank and put
Yeah,
himself in there.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if he lawyer or not. This is business. So in boxing, even though you should be loyal all the way around, but it's boxing, so who knows?
Okay,
But
I
me,
get that. I'm
if I'm
more of the
going,
willingness. He's willing to take whatever they put in front of him, regardless of who it is. He can put
yeah,
that to the side.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know what? I'm looking at money. I'm looking at my career, legacy. I'll fight whoever you put in front of me, even if it's my brother Shakur. You know what I
right.
mean? Who they, train with and everything like that. I can see that part of it. Definitely. I don't know. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. All right, let's go to the next question, my guy. With all the hype and buildup around the Canelo and Crawford fight, buy or sell, this fight will go down as the most viewed boxing match in the last half century. This is going all the way back to 1975, the Thrilla in Manila with Ali and our guy Frazier. Do you think with Netflix hosting this fight and the hype around this fight that we could possibly see one of the most viewed fights in boxing history?
Yes, yes, sir, for sure. We about to see one of the most viewed fights ever. You got Mexico, you got America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Number
This
one,
might be,
uno versus uno. Boom, boom. Yeah.
yeah. This is gonna be one of them. It's gonna be one of them. Everybody's watching. Everybody's in the house. Everybody's quiet. Everybody shut up. Put the kids to sleep. Give them
Yeah.
popcorn. Something. This, from America to Mexico. This was going on.
hmm Yeah. That's exactly my thoughts. I'm buying this 100%.
You
That with
buying
this
it?
thing on Netflix, it just takes it to a whole nother level.
Yes, sir.
Netflix is out to what? 90, like, what is it? 100 different, like, 94 different countries, something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. And like you said, it's America down to Mexico. It's Mexico versus America. Number one, Uno versus Uno, clash in the ring. Bragging rights are on the fucking line in this fight. I'm gonna buy this 100%. This fight has the ability to be on the level of the Thrilla in Manila with Ali and Frazier, and that is saying a lot. But we haven't seen two top guys go at it in boxing like this with the name that both of these guys have, the way we've seen right now this fight. And I think more people have come along to realize the level that this fight is going to be, what this fight can be. You know what I mean? And I think Crawford. I'm going with Crawford. I'm 100% going with Crawford. I just think we might see it. I don't know. Maybe because I'm an American. I'm going with Crawford 100%, but I'm also a Crawford fan. So call me biased, but I think my boy can do it. But I think viewership is going to be off the wall for this. I hope Netflix is ready. This ain't Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. This
Mm-mm.
is fucking Crawford versus Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
This is not casual ready. This ain't casual fans coming in to view your shit. This is real fans are going to line up to watch this. They're going to flood Netflix. They're going to subscribe for 1 month just to see this fucking fight. In my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying 100%. They're going to break viewing records. they're going to break all kinds of boxing ticket selling records, viewing records, everything. It's just going to break the box office, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. All right, guys, we got one last, and it's kind of man, it's sad to end our show like this, really. But with the tragedy and death of a young fighter, Hiroshima Arakawa, after fight injuries, buy or sell, boxing needs to take extra steps and measures towards to avoid these types of tragedies in the sport of boxing. We had a young fighter at 28 years old pass away from fight injuries. What can boxing do? Buy or sell? They need to take bigger measures. Protect the fighter from himself. Buy or sell that big spade.
Oh no, bro. This is you go in that ring knowing you could die. I mean,
True.
I mean that been a written rule since boxing been.
But
You know.
can a ref see that and say, "Hey, we gotta stop this. Your dude has absolutely taken too much punishment." I
I
mean,
mean,
we
of course,
see
that's their job. That's what
where
their
dudes
job is
got
supposed to
knocked
be.
like that on their head, and they continue to go out and fight. And then we see fights where a dude get a tiny cut, and they'll stop the fight and go to the scorecard. Where can boxing get better at making a definitive rule of a stoppage?
We can't
There's
do
got
that,
to be
man.
one
I mean,
rule
that
to
now
say,
we
"Hey, this
we
guy."
turning into the NFL now. Now we turning into the NFL. At
That's
the end of the day, everybody know you risking your life in that square box. It's a
and I can't
chance
disagree with
that
that.
you're going to. It's a chance you can die. That's the chance you're willing to take to go in that square box. It's not the ref. It's not the ref. I mean, it's the ref job to stop it if it's too much. But
Yeah,
if you got a knot and they feel like you can continue, and the doctors saying you can continue, it's not up to the ref at that point. That's in the doctor's hand because the doctors tell the ref, "Nah, stop this."
but can we trust refs or doctors in boxing when we've seen so many missed calls of cuts and like you take the Tim Tszyu versus Fedor
I
first
know
fight.
you was gonna bring that shit up. You wanted him to win that fight so bad.
What? No, I'm not trying to end him that fight. That fight should have never continued. He had a gas, and I watched the Navarrete fight get stopped, and he had a small cut on it. He had a cut, but it wasn't nothing near what Tim Tszyu had. So you see the indifference in fights. You see the unevenness in judging.
Did Navarrete
That-
corner want him to stop or continue?
Should your corner have that fucking decision at the end of the day?
Yep.
Should your corner have that decision, or should the ref have the very last choice? This fight has to stop. This dude's on the edge of death. I mean, how could you not see this young man, 28 years old, on the verge that he should not continue that fight? There had to be signs. There had to be some kind of swelling, something that told that ref, told those judges, told that doctor, this dude should not continue.
Man, you know how many bad swells done continue and people been
Oh,
all
I've
right.
seen it. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't just say that off of this one guy,
But
especially if he
for
want to
me,
continue
there's
to
got
fight.
to be one rule, right? There's got to be a rule. There's got to be some kind of sanction involved that says, hey, this is how we know this. Like, if a guy's got a knot on his head, he shouldn't continue a fight. I don't, if the doctor says it's okay, bullshit, that can't be safe, correct? Like, if a guy got a knot on his head, it can't be safe for him to continue to get hit in that fucking knot.
I don't seen a lot of fights stop though because of knots though.
Yeah. And I've seen a lot not stop because of a knot or not stop because of a major gash in the head. And it's like, you have to have some kind of rules. I'm going to buy that you got to have something in place that is an even playing ground, that is a rule for all refs, all judges, all doctors to say, hey, this fight cannot. Your corner, in my opinion, your corner should not have the last say.
Hey, what Jeff saying, y'all? Jeff getting soft on boxing.
I ain't getting
Yeah.
soft.
And Jeff want him to wear
You
headgear.
call me out like that.
Jeff want him to wear headgear, y'all. And
Call me
16 ounce
out like
gloves.
that. All right. I'm just saying, in safety of
No, I
boxers.
feel you, but I feel like it's gonna go too much NFL wise if we do this, bro. You see
We don't
what
have to go to padded helmets on their head. We don't have to go back to the amateurs, right? We ain't got to go that far, but we got to have some kind of agreement that this fight has to be stopped at a certain point. Like, I mean, this is the second guy that's died in the ring this year. This year, the second guy
that ain't bad. Only two. That ain't bad.
Ain't should be nobody died. How many people die in football a year, baseball a year, hockey a year?
I
These
mean,
dudes aren't dying. They're getting injured, but they
different
ain't
sport.
dying,
Different sport,
Like,
bro.
it's
We
a
know. See, in
sport.
NFL, we know it's when you go out there, you could have a career injury where you won't play football again, right? But we
True.
don't say you could go out there to die. But these guys know I hit this field, I can have a career ending injury
Yeah.
when I hit this field. Boxing, when you go in that ring, you know this could be my last time ever stepping in the ring because I can die in this ring or outside of this ring. It's just written rules with the games we can't take away from this shit, bro. We can't unless we want to just get softer, bigger gloves.
I'm
mean,
all I'm gonna still buy it because I'm all for the
I'm
safety.
selling it, but I
Fighter.
see your point of view. But I'm
And
selling
I
it.
see,
I'm
and I
just looking
100%
for.
see
I'm
your
just
point of
looking.
view. I
I'm just
get it that you know the risk coming into the ring. You know that risk that
right.
you can die. I mean, getting punched in the head for a career is never a good thing. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You know that risk. I get 100% what you're saying, but I think, in my opinion, buying it says that boxing could take better precautions to say, all right, we got to stop this fight in the safety of that fighter. Live to fight another day is my saying. Live to
Yeah,
fight
but
another day.
it's hard to tell a fighter that, bro.
It
It's
is
hard.
because they
It's
want to,
hard to tell a
because they're
fighter that.
sparring. Because they're
But
sparring.
I see
You know,
what you're
they
saying.
want to
The
go out in
fighter
that
saving
shit.
himself.
Yeah.
The fighter saving himself. The referee is saving the fighter from them type of life.
Because a fighter's never going to say, stop that
Yeah,
fight.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Ever,
yeah.
dude.
I,
Ever.
I see what you're saying, but bro, I don't know, bro. It's just been going on forever, bro. Like, I don't feel like I see what you're saying. A big ass knot where it's like, damn, 2 knots. What the fuck? Stop this. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
gotta be stopped. This ain't right. I see what you're saying. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. You can, but that's the part of
Look,
fighting. That's what
look.
we like to
You
see.
see,
We
y'all
like
see
to
that?
see
I
blood.
turned
We
him.
like to
I
see
turned him.
because look,
I turned
you
him.
saying so because you saying this, a motherfucker could get knocked out cold and die.
And that's not a lie. That is absolute truth. I saw a dude get uppercut last week, and I was like, that motherfucker's dead. He dead. Like, he was out cold, but he wasn't dead. But I was like,
Yeah,
God damn, that motherfucker could have died from that punch. Like, it was a vicious
and
uppercut.
you really can
And it
die from a
really
punch, bro.
out. And that's the truth. I actually know a guy that went to prison for 15 years in a bar fight. He
Yeah,
fucking knocked dude, and dude fell and hit his head on a step and
yeah,
died. That motherfucker
yeah,
did 15 years in prison for that. But
yeah.
so I get the danger of it's a gladiator sport. So I can see your point of this is a gladiator sport. You know what you signed up for,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when the rules don't play in your direction, but for me, I'm just still buying that we could still take precautions as a sport. We could still take that precaution without making it the NFL, without
Yeah,
making it like where we got to wear padded helmets
I
and
see what you're saying.
protection.
Take better precaution as far as like paying attention. Don't let the fighters damage themselves. I see what you're saying though. Yeah, I can see what you're saying though. But hey, at the end of the day, I might sound harsh. It's boxing, and I just feel like it's gonna happen. It can happen. It can happen any type of way. I done seen where dude was taking a beating, the ref stopped, and you probably know about it. Dude got hit in the back of his head, was getting hit in the back of his head. They end up, I think they stopped the fight or whatever, and he had a whatever, brain. You know,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah,
yeah. So it's like shit can happen after the fight. You could walk out of that bitch good,
yeah,
and then, but you don't even know your brain bleeding or something.
yeah.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
I've
Just
seen,
because it's shown on the outside, don't mean it's worse than what's being injured on the inside.
and
So
I've
it's
seen
like,
fights where guys were losing and they were getting knocked down and they came back and won the fight. So I
I,
get where
nah,
refs are like,
that is
when should I
besides that.
stop it? When should I not stop it? Because I've seen both sides of the fence where we saw a guy taking a beating and then boom, one punch and he wins the fucking fight. And you're
I
like,
think
holy
they got
shit,
better
I
than
was
what the
out.
'80s and shit was like though, because they used to be letting
I
them
don't
get
know,
their
man.
ass beat. What? Man,
I
they used to,
don't
man,
know,
I done
man.
seen a
I've
motherfucker
seen some
get
I've seen
knocked
some
out
beatings.
in the '80s. Bro, this shit way the '80s. Them boys used to get their ass knocked out, get up, and be back fighting. And the ref ain't even, bro. The '80s was crazy. They'd get punched through the rope, keep getting punched until they fell
True,
all the way
true.
down, instead of the ref jumping in and stopping the fight. I done seen this shit in the '80s, like so. They done got better as it went on. It's just gonna take better referees. I feel like better referees, better doctors. Like it just got to be better people. Like you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying. You got so many older cats too that being referees for years. You don't really see no young guys refereeing boxing. You don't see that.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen a 20-year-old. I don't seen a 20-year-old fighter. I never seen a 20-year-old referee. You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying? Like
100% true.
you
Yeah.
sometimes you gotta make that shit younger. Like they be so stagnant and stuck in their ways. These same referees is refereeing. They got an age limit. I ain't never seen no young referee for a fight. The youngest I probably seen was 40s. I ain't
Yeah.
never seen no
I think,
referee 20s.
what's his name? I can't think of the guy. Young black guy. He's one of my favorite refs too. Younger guy. He's probably the youngest I've seen, but he's every bit of about 50 years old.
And
Uh,
he light skinned. I know
yeah, yeah,
exactly who you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
I can't think of
Yeah.
the name
Kind
of.
of tall.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah.
of tall.
Tall, bald headed
Yeah.
dude. Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
know exactly who you're
Can't
talking
think of
about.
his name, but
Yeah.
he's probably the youngest ref I've actually seen.
That's
Uh,
what made me say that. That's what, because I was thinking about him. I don't know his name, but that's why I said probably 40s. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. I wouldn't even
Like,
guess him 40. I would say 50 for sure.
uh,
He's in his
yeah, I was just saying like late 40s, like not
yeah,
even early 40s. Like, like you know what I'm saying? So we gotta get younger too. We gotta. I don't know if younger people was going for them jobs or not, but I don't know how much it pay or none of that. I really don't know, but sometimes you got to get younger with the sport too. Like, you
yeah.
know what I mean, just got to.
Yeah, you got to make changes, and you're kind of going towards the side that I'm saying on the buy side because you realize that maybe it is the refs being older, the judges who have seen guys fight 14, 15 fucking rounds, and you're like, and they're like, these guys fight 12 rounds. They're fucking good. They're gonna be
Yeah,
fine. I've seen motherfuckers fight 14, 15, 16 fucking rounds in boxing. So for me, I agree. It's got to get younger, but I'm still going to buy on the sport has to get better on your aspect of everybody's got to get on the same page, is what I think I'm going towards.
Yeah.
There are so many different opinions on when a fight should be stopped. There should be one rule, one opinion. This is when a fight should be stopped. When you know a fighter needs to be protected. A fighter's never going to say stop the fucking fight. Their corner's never going to say stop the fight because their fighter told the corner, don't you fucking stop the fight. Right?
Right.
So that at a point you got to start saying, we're not going by your opinion. We're going to go by our own opinion. And too many of these doctors are paid by the corner or by the promoters to not stop that fight. Because I've seen too many instances where it's like, dude, that fight should have been stopped. What the fuck did that doctor see?
Yeah.
And then, you have an incident like this that happened over the weekend where a young 28-year-old fighter passes away from fight injuries in a fight that probably should have been stopped way before its time. So I'm going to buy it. You made a great, opinion. You're selling. I take it that you're selling it. But I don't disagree with what you're saying. That
I don't disagree with what you're saying either.
you know what you're signing up for. You're stepping in it. It's a gladiator sport. You can die at any time. So I can't disagree with that 100%. Any other, my guy, I don't have any other topics here for our buy or sell episode 107 of Bourbon of Boxing. If you got any other topics you want to bring up, buy or sell, bring them up for me, my guy. Or if not, take us out this motherfucker.
This is Spade. Y'all already know Jeff, man. Thank you for joining us on the Bourbon and Boxing buy and sell episode. Y'all already know. Like, subscribe, comment. Keep showing us love. Keep coming through. Keep watching us, listening. And we're going to keep talking boxing for y'all, for sure.
Absolutely. Episode 107. This is our interactive episode. We want you guys to comment on all our buy or sell topics that we had. Tell us your thoughts. Tell us what you guys think, man. That's what we're trying to do. Get more interaction with my guy, Big Spade, and I, the Cowboy, on episode 107 of Bourbon and Boxing, guys. Thank you for joining us for this episode, man. Not a lot going on, but hey, we're going to continue every week to pump out something different for you guys, even when there's not big fights going on. We're going to find topics to talk about, guys. Thank you for joining us. Episode 107. Over and out, the Cowboy.
Spade, let's get it.
Yeah, boy.